Spanish Lesson 30. The difference between the preterite and the imperfect. In Spanish, there are two main past tenses, the preterite and the imperfect. In this lesson, we are going to take a closer look at the difference between the two. Firstly, let's revise the conjugation of regular verbs in the preterite and imperfect. Conjugating regular AR verbs in the preterite. To conjugate regular AR verbs in the preterite, add one of the following endings to the stem of the verb.
Aste, o, amos, asteis, aron.
Conjugating regular ER or IR verbs in the preterite. To conjugate the regular ER or IR verbs in the preterite, add one of the following endings to the stem of the verb.
Iste, io, imos, isteis, ieron.
Conjugating regular AR verbs in the imperfect. To conjugate regular AR verbs in the imperfect, add one of the following endings to the stem of the verb.
Aba, abas, aba, ábamos, abais, aban.
Conjugating regular ER or IR verbs in the imperfect. To conjugate regular ER and IR verbs in the imperfect, add one of the following endings to the stem of the verb.
Ia, ias, ia, íamos, íais, ian.
Comparing the preterite and the imperfect. Let's have a look at the verb amar conjugated in both the preterite and the imperfect. Preterite.
Amé, amaste, amó, amamos, amasteis, amaron.
Imperfect.
Amaba, amabas, amaba, amábamos, amabais, amaban.
The use of the preterite. The preterite is generally used for completed actions in the past. It is used for past actions with a definite beginning and end. For example,
Los árabes estuvieron en España hasta el año 1492.
the Arabs were in Spain until 1492. The beginning and end are clearly stated. Note, the beginning and end of the past action may not always be clearly stated, but instead implied. Look at the use of the preterite in these two examples.
Los árabes estuvieron en España casi 8 siglos.
The Arabs were in Spain almost 8 centuries. Implied beginning and end.
Los árabes estuvieron en España.
The Arabs were in Spain. Implied beginning and end. The use of the imperfect. The imperfect is generally used for actions in the past that are incomplete. It is used for past actions which do not have a definite beginning or a definite end. For example,
Los árabes trabajaban la tierra.
Arabians used to work the land. No definite beginning or end. The preterite. Useful words and phrases. Certain words and phrases indicate specific time frames and therefore signal the use of the preterite.
Ayer.
Yesterday.
Ayer vi a Pablo. Anteayer.
The day before yesterday.
Anteayer dormí poco. Anoche.
Last night.
Anoche tuve una pesadilla. Durante siglos.
4 centuries.
Los árabes vivieron en España durante casi 8 siglos. El otro día.
The other day.
El otro día Rubén tuvo un examen. En ese momento.
At that moment.
En ese momento María no supo qué pensar. La semana pasada.
Last week.
La semana pasada llovió mucho. El mes pasado.
Last month.
El mes pasado fuimos de excursión a la montaña. El año pasado.
Last year.
El año pasado viví en Cuba. Hace años.
years ago.
Aprendí a hablar español hace muchos años.
The imperfect, useful words and phrases. Other words and phrases indicate repetitive, vague or non-specific time frames and therefore signal the use of the imperfect.
A menudo.
Often.
A menudo me quejaba de todo. A veces.
Sometimes.
A veces íbamos al parque a jugar. De vez en cuando.
From time to time.
De vez en cuando quedaba con Luis. Frecuentemente.
Frequently.
La misma situación se repetía frecuentemente. Generalmente.
Usually.
Generalmente aprobaba todos los exámenes del colegio. Normalmente.
Normally.
Normalmente volvíamos a casa muy tarde. Todas las semanas.
Every week.
Todas las semanas asistía a clase de portugués. Todos los días.
Every day.
Todos los días me acostaba muy temprano.